So, my name is Denver. I'm an autistic freak with a heart of gold. I don't have any sort of social media for which you can reach out to me because it's not really something I've really thought about. So next time I'll try to fix that. But yeah, I'm just gonna get to it. So this first one I'm gonna read. So I'm a recovering drug addict. So this first one is about a relapse that took place a few weeks ago. It's called Play a Song in the Dark. This scene is so embarrassingly familiar. We've definitely been here before. Only this time it will have to be my dirty little secret. Nobody else can know or would ever be able to understand the full extent of what exactly I've just done. Just breathe, I keep saying to myself. Hopefully the worst part is over, and tomorrow we can pick up exactly where we left off. I've worked too hard to become the man I am now. A little setback like this will not take that away from me. So for now, let's just play a song in the dark. Nobody's listening right now anyway. Let it be a beautiful song full of love and full of mercy. An ode to all the angels and their soft voices that fill my head as they plummet to the ground from the top of the pedestrian bridge. No watery grave can hope to erase the memories of this place. I can't stare anymore at the blinding city lights tonight. I want to sleep, but I know I shouldn't sleep. Besides, I couldn't fall asleep now if I tried. I don't want to be alone, but I need to get out of this town. I've stared into the eyes of the lion in the lion's den, and for one brief moment, he lashed his teeth right into me. Did he draw blood? You bet your ass he drew blood. But unlike before, this time I fought back. And although I'm wounded, I am not defeated. I know the darkness is no longer the place where I will dream. Instead, I'll be here catching lightning bugs in a bottle, waiting for the fog to be lifted again, so I can finally put all of these nightmares back to rest. This place is as haunting as it is lonely. It brings back nothing but painful memories, as I struggle to make some new beautiful ones. There are worse things than being alone, I guess. It's easier to say that than to believe it. There will be no overture, no intermission, no encore for this concert where we will be performing all the songs that we have written for an audience of our peers. Some of them are rooting for us, some of them are against us. The rest of them are indifferent. They're just here because they want to see the show. So for now, let's play a song in the dark. Even if we're miserable now, at least we won't be miserable forever. So tip your waitress well as we head back to the hotel. Don't tell anyone I told you this, but I actually wrecked the car last night, and I left the scene of the accident. The only people there to witness the wreckage were only the faces of everyone I love. I can still hear my little girls crying, "Daddy, what have you done?" As the needle was pulled out of my arm, I knew that it was already too late. The damage had already been done. All that's left to do now is to pick up the pieces. Even car crashes and train wrecks can be rebuilt into something usable again. Dare I say, they can even become beautiful again. So let's wipe away our tears. We've already made it this far. I'm not writing fade out on this movie script yet. What some people might see as an ending, I see as just another new beginning. So join me as we play another song in the dark. To that beautiful girl with the tattoo on her arm of thunderstorms and neurons and binary codes. A translation of a poem she wrote for her son. I only knew her for a short while, but she moved me completely. She'll probably never know how much she inspired me. So this song goes out to her and to all the people like her in this world. Don't be afraid to be yourself. If these people you call your friends refuse to understand you, then can you really call them your friends at all? Find the people who love you for who you are inside, not the people who want to exploit you. So many of them just want to use you because of what you can do for them and how you make them feel about themselves. Besides, miserable company never wants to suffer alone. Forgive me, I don't mean to sound cynical. I'm not really all that angry. But as you can see, I've got so much on my mind, and now's as good a time as any to give all these thoughts a chance to breathe. That's why I want you to sing with me, this little song that we can play here in the dark. It's not just a song about suffering, it's a song about redemption too. It's a song to remind us that it's okay to make mistakes. They will not define the rest of our lives. So you can try to shoot me out of a cannon if you're feeling dangerous. You can even try to shoot an apple off my head. I'm willing to become your distraction if you can promise it will help us feel alive. Because I've been spending a lot of time alone lately, waiting for some sort of big bang to snap me back out of the darkness and bring me right back to someplace beautiful. A place where I can once again feel inspired, because lately that well is beginning to feel a little dry. I just need a little magic, while I still believe that magic even exists at all. I want our laughter to drown out our crying. I want our hearts just to beat and not to break. I want love to fill up all the empty spaces that up until this point have only been filled with silence. So get on your feet, you radical dreamer. We've got a song in the dark to perform. Who cares if anyone's listening? We're not really singing this for them. Would it be amazing if it changed somebody's life? Of course, and only a fool would say otherwise. But for now, let's keep playing and singing until we catch a faint glimmer of daytime up ahead. Then we can pack up our bags. We can finally give our weary souls some rest. Remember that it can't be dark all the time. Sooner or later, you know as well as I do, we're gonna find another reason to smile. So play on, sweet child of wonder, play on. Between you and me, I've never felt more alive than I do right now. So this next one, I wrote when I was in treatment. It's probably the most raw thing I've ever written. It's about my active addiction. It's called The Needle. The needle was a friend that I could turn to. The needle never let me down. It helped take away my pain at times. Other times it brought me more. I became a rotten shell of a man. The boy wasn't that rush fucking sweet. I destroyed what good was left in my life, but at least I was numb for a while. Right? Wasn't it all worth it? Wouldn't Mama be proud? Her son grew up to be a junkie. Help me become liberated before I remain degenerated. I'm done with the needle, but I'm afraid the needle's not done with me. I don't want to die on the streets, become another statistic, another dopehead casualty. But sometimes I feel like I'm already dead inside, like the final chapter of my book was already written long ago. In these times of desperation, it feels like I have nobody there to turn to. I try to distract myself by being the distraction in everyone else's life. It feels like I have love left to give, but I don't have a fucking clue where I should put it. I'm too afraid of my heart breaking again. It's this chicken shit mentality that brought the needle to me in the first place. It's so easy to run away, isn't it, you coward? Yes, it is, goddammit, it is. When I was a child, I knew I grew up missing a few good screws. But I had this great big heart I thought would make up the difference. Sometimes I wish I could shut it all off. Maybe you'd want me if I ran out of fucks to give. The needle was a temporary fix, but oh, what a fucking fix it was. Especially the part when all were off, and I was in bed writhing in pain. Wasn't the agony all worth it, so I could let go of some of my hurt for a while? I wasn't addicted to the high, I was addicted to the fear of dying alone. When you're high, you're never alone, even if you always feel lonely. I was killing myself, and that was the point. I didn't want to go on living if the needle was the only reason I was staying alive. I keep saying the serenity prayer, but serenity never seems to come. I keep forcing myself to laugh and smile, but inside I'm steadily falling apart. The needle didn't make me a better man, but it made me a better fraud. It tore me apart from the people I love. It made me more confident, being more awkward. It gave me an excuse to turn into a total piece of shit. Hold my hand, won't you hold my hand? Lie to me, tell me it's all gonna be okay. Tell me true love will find me. Tell me something, anything, to ease what's left of my troubled mind. I have so much emptiness, I need something to fill it, because the way things keep going, the future's looking very grim. Why did my daughter have to die? Why the fuck did my daughter have to die? Life's always been about trying to teach me some lessons, but that one was especially cruel. Why did Ginger have to die? Why the fuck did Ginger have to die? They say that blood's not on my hands, then why does it feel like I'm always washing it off? I miss my daughters so much. I'm sure they miss me too. I also miss the man I used to be. I wonder what happened to him. I hope he's doing all right. I don't want another needle in my arm, but I also don't want this broken heart. I don't want this fucked up head. I don't want these tears I cry. The needle took that all away. At least it did for a little while. The needle shut off this war zone that's always going on in my head. The needle was consistent in a way nobody else was. We're all human beings, but sometimes people are wicked. They will exploit your weaknesses. They will take your love and run. It's not that I'm condoning the junkie I became, but if you lived in my head, you'd understand the struggle. Every day that I don't relapse, it surprises me still today. It's not that I'm having a bad day, it's just I've reached the breaking point. Sometimes there's a tipping of the scales. Sometimes something just has to give. I'm so full of hurt inside, there are no shovels big enough to dig it all out. Lord knows I'm tired of digging. My hands are bleeding and my arms are sore. I still do want to go on living, even with these bloodshot eyes and this wayward heart. I just need a dream to hold on to, before this broken man comes completely undone, before I can put another fucking needle in my arm. I know it's a beautiful world, I just no longer want to go outside. Now excuse me while I isolate. I love you all, that's all. Now. So this is the last one I'm gonna read. So I had a daughter that passed away in January of last year. This is something I wrote for her. It's called To Be a Ghost. All I want is to be a ghost, so I can be right there with you, watching over you like a father should. Your sisters both hate me for all the ways I've let them down. I'm tired of fucking up, I'm tired of all this hurt. I wish I could hold you again, now that my head is clearer, now that my heart is kinder. All I want is to fly away, so I can look for all the lovely reminders of your sweet little face I will never get to see again. I'm wishing upon all these stars, hoping that one of them is you, looking for someone's arms to fall into because I can't make it out here on my own. Your death is something I refuse to accept. How can I be okay living in a world that would take someone as lovely as you? The world is a whole lot less beautiful without you. You've been dead for almost a year, but it still feels like it happened just yesterday. The grief is starting to consume me. I fear it's going to crush my heart dead. I wish I believed in God, because if I knew I'd see you again after I died, maybe the life I'm living would be a little less painful. I wish your ghost was here to haunt me, so that you could be here with me, to help snap me out of this bullshit in my head that's making me want to relapse, that's making me want to put another fucking needle in my arm. I love you, my little firefly. It's a love so deep and profound, I refuse to even pretend that it's a love I can put into words. I never wanted to be in the survived bys, in any of my children's obituaries. If death wants to take me, then goddamn it, let it take me, because the way I feel right now is nothing short of total despair. If I write for you the prettiest words, could you promise to come back to me? Give me a chance to love and protect you, to once again hold your tiny hand in mine, to have another reason to keep fighting, because I don't have much fight in me left. You are the last face I see when I fall asleep at night. You are the first face I see when I'm lost inside my dreams, looking for just one beautiful memory to hold on to. Everyone tells me how beautiful you were, as if I wasn't aware of it myself. I see a darkness forming right in front of me. It's a vision I haven't seen since the day I left the streets behind. I promised all the people I love, and most importantly myself, that I would leave that life behind forever, but the streets are calling me again. I don't want to break everybody's hearts anymore, but in this war that's raging inside of my head, it looks like I'm finally losing. I want to chase away this sadness. I want the whole world to just go away. You gave me strength at a time I needed it most. You gave me a reason to fight at a time I felt like throwing it all away. All I want is to be a ghost, so I can float with you forever. We can make believe that the rest of the world is as innocent as you were when you died. All these flowers in this garden, I want to hold them close to me, pretend it's your face I see around the petals. Last time I came to your gravesite, I tried so hard to hold back the tears. I wanted to fool myself into believing I was strong enough to not fall apart at the sound of your name. Lately, all I've been doing is thinking about you, asking all the hows and whys, knowing I'll never receive an answer. To take someone away so young, denying her all the love she would have known, it will always break my heart, thinking about all the things in life you will never have a chance to know. I just want to rock you to sleep, something I was never given a chance to do. I'm sorry your daddy was a junkie. There's not a memory I have with you where I'm not high out of my fucking mind. Maybe if I got my shit together the way a real father would have done, I could have been with you that night. You might have had yourself a family instead of being born into a broken home. My little firefly, don't let them clip your wings. Wherever you are, wherever you still might go. Illuminate the sky on the blackest of nights. Take my heart that's still here beating and rip it right out of my chest. Keep it with you, keep it close. It belongs to you now anyway. All I want is to be a ghost, so I can hide away from these people around me. If I could make myself invisible, I would have to answer to them no more. I'm a poet who has run out of things to write. I'm lost and I'm afraid. All the pieces I've spent the last 4 months picking up, they have all fallen to the ground. Now I find myself broken again. I may never get to see you again. That's a truth I don't know if I'll ever accept. All I want is to have you in my life. My love for you will never diminish. In fact, it grows stronger every day. Now all I want is to sleep, so I can get lost inside a dream, hoping I'll see you there. Then I can lay with you in my arms. Give me a sign. Tell me that everything will be all right. Lend me your ear, and I will sing you a pretty song. My firefly glows through the darkness I've been lost inside. All I want is to be a ghost, so I can glow beside you too.
Continue that round of applause for Denver. First time performing for us. Thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing and with us. You're such a beautiful support system as well.